Welcome to Money Decoded, where we break down personal finance, one concept at a time. Let's decode today's topic. You can negotiate credit card debt down 40% or more. Not maybe, not sometimes. Consistently, if you understand how the system works and use the right approach. Credit card companies would rather settle for 60 cents on the dollar than get nothing through bankruptcy. That willingness to settle creates an opportunity for people drowning in debt. But settlement destroys your credit score. It gets reported to credit bureaus. It has tax consequences. It should be a last resort, not a first move. Today we're showing you exactly when settlement makes sense, how to negotiate successfully with the exact script that works, and what it will cost you beyond the settled amount. Here's what we're covering. The 3 scenarios where debt settlement is the right choice, the step-by-step negotiation process with the actual words to say, and the 5 consequences of settlement most people don't understand until it's too late. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Please consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any financial decisions. Let's start with when settlement makes sense. Scenario 1. You're facing bankruptcy but want to avoid it if possible. Bankruptcy wipes out debt but destroys credit for 7 to 10 years and costs you in legal fees, lost assets, and future borrowing capability. If settlement can resolve your debt for an amount you can actually pay, it might save you from bankruptcy. Example: $25,000 in credit card debt. Monthly minimums total $800. You lost your job, can't make payments, facing bankruptcy. You have $5,000 saved from severance. You can potentially settle all $25,000 for $12,000 to $15,000 total, paying from savings and small monthly payments over 6 months. You avoid bankruptcy, save $10,000 to $13,000 in debt, and start rebuilding credit faster than the 10 years bankruptcy would take. Scenario 2. You're severely behind on payments with no realistic path to paying in full. 6 months delinquent, accounts in collections, creditors calling constantly. Making minimum payments now won't catch you up because interest and late fees have ballooned the balance beyond what you can ever repay. Your income can't support the required payments even if creditors allowed you to resume. Settlement might be your only option besides bankruptcy. Example: $15,000 in debt, now $18,000 with fees. You're making $35,000 annually. Minimum payments would be $500 monthly but you can only afford $200. You're drowning. Settlement for $9,000 paid over 12 months at $750 monthly might be achievable where full repayment never will be. Scenario 3. You have a lump sum available but not enough to pay everything. Got a settlement from an insurance claim, inheritance, work bonus, or sold an asset. You have $10,000 cash available but owe $30,000 in debt across multiple cards. Creditors might accept your $10,000 to settle the $30,000 if you can pay it all immediately as lump sum, especially on older debts or accounts in collections. When settlement doesn't make sense, you can afford to make payments but just don't want to. Settlement is for people who genuinely cannot pay, not for people who'd prefer not to pay. Using settlement when you actually have ability to pay is unethical and will damage relationships with creditors permanently if you ever need credit again. They track this. You only have one debt. If you have one card with $5,000 balance and reasonable income, negotiate lower interest rate or payment plan with creditor before attempting settlement. Single debts under $10,000 rarely settle for significant discounts unless you're genuinely in documented hardship like job loss or medical emergency. You need good credit in the near term. Planning to buy house in next year? Need car loan soon? Applying for apartment? Settlement tanks your credit score immediately by 50 to 100 points minimum. Settled accounts show on credit report for 7 years from first delinquency. If you need credit soon, try payment plans, debt management programs, or balance transfers instead of settlement. Now the negotiation process. Step 1. Stop making payments 3 to 6 months. Creditors don't settle current accounts. Credit score drops but unavoidable. Step 2. Save cash while not paying. Build lump sum to offer. Step 3. Wait for collections. Account charges off after 6 months, get sold to collection agency who paid 15 to 25 cents per dollar. They'll settle for 50 to 60 cents in profit. Step 4. Send debt validation letter requiring proof they own debt. Step 5. Make offer. Script. I owe this debt but can't pay in full. I can offer X dollars lump sum as settlement in full. Can you accept? Start at 30 to 40% of balance. Negotiate to 50 to 60%. Step 6. Get written agreement before paying anything. Must state exact amount, constitutes full settlement, will report as settled. Step 7. Pay exactly as agreed. Lump sum preferred. Step 8. Monitor credit report. Should show settled in full within 60 days. The 5 consequences. 1. Credit score drops 50 to 100 points. Settlement is negative mark for 7 years. 2. Forgiven debt might be taxable income. Settled $10,000 for $4,000, $6,000 forgiven is taxable. Could mean tax bill. Exception if you were insolvent when forgiven. File Form 982 to claim insolvency. 3. Stays on credit report 7 years from first delinquency date, not settlement date. 4. Other creditors might sue instead of settling. Judgment means wage garnishment, bank levy, liens. 5. Remaining creditors might close accounts or slash limits seeing your settlement, further damaging score. Common mistakes. Settling everything simultaneously. If you have 5 debts, settling all at once means 5 negative marks hitting credit report same month. Your score craters by 150 points or more. Better to settle one at a time over several months, spreading the impact. Your score drops but recovers partially between settlements. Working with debt settlement companies. They charge 20 to 25% of enrolled debt as fees. On 20,000 enrolled, that's 4 to 5,000 in fees you could keep by negotiating yourself. Companies also tell you to stop paying everyone immediately, tanking your credit faster and increasing lawsuit risk before you've saved enough to settle. Not saving enough before starting. You go delinquent to create negotiation leverage but don't save adequate lump sum during those months. Creditors won't settle for the small amount you have available. Now you're delinquent with damaged credit and no resolution. You need enough saved to settle at 50 to 60% minimum before starting this process. Settling accounts not in collections yet. Current accounts with original creditor rarely settle for significant discounts. You damage credit going delinquent but creditor still wants full payment. They only settle meaningfully once account is charged off and sold to collection agency. Wait until collections for real negotiation leverage. Believing settled debt is erased from memory. Settlement resolves the debt legally, balance goes to zero, but the negative mark stays on credit report 7 years. Future lenders see it when you apply for mortgage, car loan, or credit card. Some employers check credit reports. Apartment landlords check credit. That settled account follows you for years even though you owe nothing. Alternatives to consider first. Debt management plan through nonprofit credit counseling. They negotiate lower interest and single monthly payment. Doesn't damage credit as severely as settlement. Bankruptcy if debt is truly overwhelming and you qualify. Gets you clean slate faster than settlement in some cases. Balance transfer to 0% card if credit's still good enough to qualify. Lets you pay down principal without interest. Personal loan at lower rate than credit cards. Consolidates debt into fixed payment. Negotiating payment plan directly with creditor. Many will reduce interest or waive fees without settlement. Settlement should be last option before bankruptcy. If you're genuinely unable to pay and facing financial collapse, settlement can save you $10,000 or more and keep you out of bankruptcy court. But it costs you in credit damage, potential taxes, and future borrowing ability. Next time on Money Decoded, we're covering debt consolidation in depth. The 3 signs it will help you and the 2 signs it will hurt. Consolidation can simplify debt and save interest, or it can make everything worse depending on how you use it. We're breaking down exactly when consolidation works and when it's a trap. You can negotiate credit card debt down 40% using this exact process. But settlement destroys your credit and has tax consequences. Use it only when you genuinely cannot pay and want to avoid bankruptcy. And that's how this works. If this helped you understand money better, subscribe for weekly financial deep dives. Thanks for watching.